apparently at 27 we're supposed to have grandkids, a 401k, and our wills figured out. I don't got nothing. I have set up who gets to decide if they pull the plug if I'm in a serious incident and I can't decide for myself. So that's good, I guess. But the rest of the things I don't have. I don't have a house and I don't have a grandkid. I do have an autistic streamer that makes me burritos. What does that count as? It's got to count for something, surely. On the game of life, the decision to pull the plug would be made into a chat ball. Yeah, I mean, who do you think I said was like gonna be the person to decide? I put chat ball. We just stream me in a hospital bed and there's a poll for it. We'd probably have to have 3 because the first one we'd have to get the energy out because everyone would vote yes. And by the third one, people would be deciding seriously. Yeah, you're gonna have to get used to No Pibby, obviously. She'll be back before she moves, but she will be gone to a place that unreachable realistically, like a place that people don't come back from, Canada. Will I visit her? I don't actually know. Originally I said yes because she's my best friend, one of my best friends. I have multiple, because I'm cool. Believe it or not, more than one person can tolerate me. Or I said yes because, you know, she's my best friend and I want to see her. But then the flight from Spain back to the UK was very windy and scary, and the idea of being in the air for 12 hours, it kind of scares the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of terrifying. I'm a little tiny bit scared. Everyone's like flying is so safe, and I totally get that. But what if I'm on the one that isn't? You know, what if I hit the one in which this is a lesson that we all learn? It could truly happen. I could be unfortunate enough that my flight ends up being the one in which we implement new safety features after it. I'm not worried about that with cars, no. Because I know that a car crash is more likely. However, a car crash often involves currently modern cars, and modern cars are a lot safer. They have automatic braking, they have very good crumple zones, etc. So I'm less scared. A plane going wrong is a terrible car crash. Like the worst car crash you can imagine, that's what just a regular plane crash is. Although there are statistics that like 90-something% of people survive plane crashes or whatever. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I know that planes don't I know the safety stuff. I know. It's just scary. It's just kind of scary, you know? I don't want to experience the fear. I don't want to experience bad turbulence. I experienced not a bit of turbulence, and it terrified me. It was on the ascent as well, so it just sucked so bad. And then I spent ages reading about how safe it is and that turbulence is fine, and that made me feel better. To be fair, when we were getting into the UK and coming towards London, there was the turbulence stopped. It was fine, and it was very smooth. It was great. It was so much better. I think I've only ever had smooth flights. I've had a tiny bit of turbulence once before, but that was before I watched all the plane crash videos, so I was just ignorant, and I knew it was safe, and I believed it, and it is. It's very safe, but it's still scary to experience. It's anything that reminds you that you are so horribly high up in a situation in which you have no control over, and if it goes wrong, it goes terribly wrong. Anything that sparks that thought is just not good. And a turbulence, unfortunately, very much does that. It's all I can think about. Don't watch plane crash videos? Yeah, totally, except I've already watched them. I can't go back in time and tell past me not to watch them. It's too late. I've already absorbed the information. I'm knowledgeable now. I know that every plane crash, they're incredibly rare, okay? And each crash is 100 things had to go wrong for it to happen. And the, airline global society cabal has learned from it and grown, and more safety features have been implemented. However, that doesn't mean that you can't be the next one. There could always be a new thing that we haven't quite thought of yet, and that unfortunately I get to experience that. You know, if you accidentally click this button too many times, the plane explodes. Okay, what's the car to plane ratio though, right? Like, I know it's like there's way more car crashes than plane crashes, totally. But like, how many more cars are there than planes? You can just take Valium and sleep through the flight. Okay, I can't because I am British and we don't do that. And because I have had Valium-based substance abuse issues that I would prefer to avoid in future. So that is not an option for me. I just gotta raw dog it like a brave girl. You're old enough that you're not bothered about dying anymore? Hell yeah. That's kind of a good way to be, I guess. I think the difference is like, to me the difference is like, yeah, you're statistically more likely to die from someone just at a vending machine. I've read that statistic, right? You're more likely to die from a vending machine, etc. Yeah, but I can very easily convince myself that isn't real because I've been around vending machines and I've never ever come anywhere near death. By being in a plane high up in the sky, just inherently much closer to death. You know, you hear like the Puss in Boots wolf whistle of death itself. I know, I watched lots of plane crash videos. I know all the plane safety features, and I know sometimes it can go incredibly fucking wrong. And you know how it goes wrong? Human error. And if there's one thing I truly, deeply believe in, it's the fact that humans make very many mistakes and will continue to do so forever and ever and ever. So I could just be unlucky enough to hit the plane in which the pilot makes a mistake and trying to convince the crew. Yeah, totally. I think like the difference is all of those statistics are great, but when you eat a meal or you get in a car or you are near a vending machine, you feel a bit more in control than when you're on a plane. You aren't, 30,000 fucking feet in the air for a start. So that does really help all of those situations. I feel capable of my ability to eat, my ability to avoid car accidents, and my ability to not try and like fuck a vending machine or something in which it crushes me. When I am in a plane, the only way to ensure avoiding the horrible situation that could happen on a plane is to not get on it. Once you're on it, you're done. If I know it's really unlikely that anything would happen, but if it does, I'm done. But if I don't get on it, then I've avoided it completely. Saying that you can consciously avoid a car accident is wild. What the fuck does that mean? What? How is that wild? Are you insane? Just don't fucking slam your foot down. If you are driving okay, you have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to be aware of everybody else around you. You definitely can avoid car crashes. That's ridiculous. Use our thinking brains. This is in America, okay? We don't have like 10-ton trucks that absolutely obliterate toddlers. We don't go mowing down pedestrians all that often. We don't have 45-lane highways in which we all go 1 billion miles an hour.